What is up, guys? 10th Viv Man here, bringing you another battle. Here we have an RU match I had of a person actually off my battling club. And I don't believe he has a YouTube channel, which is fine, but you can tell right away that he's kind of unsure about the tiers because he's got a Glyph score, which is OU. But I let him use it. I really didn't care. It was fine. So, but you know, I've got a pretty standard RU team. This is the same RU team I think I used in one of my last battles, but instead of Magmortar, I'm using Typhlosion, because why didn't I think of that sooner? Typhlosion's my favorite. Why on earth am I not using it? So, but, you know, this guy runs some pretty strange sets, but, without further ado, I'll stop rambling once again, and we'll get this battle going. So, you know, just to ease things through, so no problem there, but, he's going to lead off with his Drapion, and, you know, Drapion is that kind of Pokemon that, you know, just sets up spikes and all that fun stuff. But here I bring in my Scarf Typhlosion, my Modest Scarf Typhlosion, and I don't think he wants to take an Eruption, so I overprotect first turn, predicting to maybe go into Carracosta to take the hit, and I go for the Hidden Power Grass. And unfortunately, you know, he stays in and just sets up Toxic Spikes. I guess, you know, either he was confident he could take an Eruption, or he anticipated me to overprotect. I doubt it, but, I switch out here and go into my Honchkrow because, you know, I expect him to be a defensive Drapion, and, you know, it gets that second layer of Toxic Spikes up, and since I know, you know, Honchkrow is immune to Toxic, I don't mind if Honchkrow switches in, but here he shows he has Cross Poison, and, wouldn't have mattered too much, you know, I mean, because I would have set up a sub, wouldn't have killed anyway, but he gets a fucking crit, so that kind of sucks. So my sweeper from the last RU game goes down to a crit. Isn't that lovely? But out comes Roselia, and Roselia, you know, thanks to being a poison type, gets rid of those Toxic Spikes. So, but he decides not to set up anymore. He just goes for the he goes for Night Slash, showing he's, you know, he's mainly offensive. I take that Night Slash pretty well, and I set up my first layer of spikes. But I don't want to take another hit, so I switch out, and I believe I go into my yeah, that's right, my physical tank, which is my incredibly powerful Rhydon. And he does go, you know, stays consistent, goes with another Night Slash. That Night Slash does nothing to Rhydon, absolutely nothing. But now here he shows Aqua Tail, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You have Aqua Tail on this thing? Oh my god, but even that doesn't do anything to Rhydon, which is incredible. Take this opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks, and I'm, you know, it's just weird, because I expect, you know, defensive Drapions, lead Drapions to carry, like, Taunt or Whirlwind or some other random shenanigans like that, but he just keeps going, picking away of offensive moves, you know, and, you know, that second Aqua Tail gets me to a pretty low range. I go for the, you know, Stab Earthquake, and I was hoping this would kill, but Drapion's got a good natural defense, and unfortunately lives in a tiny little sliver, and that sucks. But, you know, I don't want to take another Aqua Tail, so I switch out, and I go into my Lantern to take that, because, you know, my Lantern's this Lantern's so bulky, and unfortunately for him, he misses the Aqua Tail, which, you know, didn't really matter in the long run at all, but here he goes for the Cross Poison, hoping to get maybe another crit, or poison. This Cross Poison does nothing to Lantern, which is great. Go for the Skull and finish off that Drapion off. So, yeah, the first 9 turns of this game were just me trying to take down this Drapion, so isn't that's great, but, no matter, but this Lantern, you know, it's got defensive investment, it's got, you know, 2 stab moves, and then it's got Heal Bell. But here he brings out his Whimsicott, and this thing, oh my god, the craziness that this thing has. But I switch up my Lantern, you know, I expected it to maybe carry the Giga Drain, just to, you know, because some Whimsicott do carry those moves, but he just decides to go for the sub on the switch, which is fine. And but he doesn't have leftovers, which kind of confused me. But here he, you know, he uses Stun Spore. And I'm like, well, that's just great. So he, you know, paralyzes Roselia, but I have Natural Cure, so I don't care. But, you know, I go for the Sludge Bomb, and then, you know, breaks his sub, which is awesome. And, you know, I'm in pretty good shape. I mean, I was maybe expecting to switch, but I feel confident again to use Sludge Bomb. But here I go first, but I get Parahacks. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he goes for the Trick Room, and I don't believe he knows that Trick Room is actually -6 priority, so it's only boosted to -5. So, these, you know, that's, if I didn't get Parahacks, I would have killed him. So that sucks. But here he goes into his Aggron, and I'm like, well, I'm going to get swept here, because this Aggron's probably going to decimate me completely. So, you know, I go for the safe Sludge Bomb. I don't want to, you know, take anything. But, you know, since I'm paralyzed, I've decided maybe I can get a hit off on it. But nope, I get Parahaxed again, goes for a Head Smash, and kills off my Roselia. So that sucks. So far, I've been Parahaxed twice, and I'm not too happy about that. So So I go back out into my Rhydon, you know, expecting him, maybe I can take a head smash, or maybe he has the heavy slam, but turns out I'm faster than Aggron in Trick Room, which is amazing. I'm able to get off that Earthquake, and I'm able to obliterate this humongous threat from just further destroying my team. So huge, Rhydon putting in some work. But out comes Whimsicott again, and you know, it's going to get crippled pretty heavily by the entry hazards. But I make a really kind of big mistake here, because I should have expected maybe the sub, but, you know, I mean, I expected them to, you know, maybe Stun Spore or Leech Seed, but I should have gone for the Rock Blast. I should have gone for the Rock Blast, because it would have broken his sub, and I probably would have been able to kill it then and there. So that's two instances where I could have killed Whimsicott. But no, I had to go for the Mega Horn, and on top of it, that could have missed. But Strickland wears off, he goes for the Stun Spore. And, you know, I really don't care at this point. So I'm going to, you know, in case he switches, I'm going to go for the Earthquake, doing whatever damage, you know, can do on it. But I get Parahexed again. So this is great. And goes for the Leech Seed, which I don't really care about. So he definitely shows he does not have Giga Drain. But, and lo and behold, I get Parahexed again. So we're now on 4 Parahexes. And I am not happy at this point. I am very close to just raging. This is insanity, but you know, I still think I can do something about it. But switch out, you know, expecting maybe, you know, to try to sub or whatever. I go into my Typhlosion, and he sets up another Trick Room. And I really don't care, because he doesn't have too many other Pokemon that can really take advantage of it. But expecting the Stun Spore, I switch out here, and I go into my Rhydon. But I guess he expected me to switch, because he again goes for the Leech Seed. But luckily I get some hacks, and he misses it, which is huge. And this time he does again go for the Leech Seed, hits, which isn't a big deal. But the big deal is I get Parahexed again. So we're now on 5 Parahexes. And I know I am freaking raging right now. And you know, now he has enough HP to set up another sub, and that's just, it's like, are you kidding me at this point? And, you know, I'm trying to break a sub, and I get Parahexed again! Are you freaking kidding me? So that's 6 Parahexes. I mean, let alone 4 on Rhydon. I think maybe 5. I lost count on Rhydon, but, you know, the Leech Seed finishes, I'm just not happy. But I bring in Lantern because I know I'm safe, you know, to fire off some Ice Beams, because I know he doesn't carry Giga Drain. But gets the Leech Seed off on me, which, you know, I kind of care about, but I kind of don't at the same time, just because, you know, I care about it just because Lantern has a colossal HP stat. And he'll be recovering a lot of HP from the Leech Seed, but, you know, that fades, the sub fades thanks to that Ice Beam. I mean, I think I carry very little, so I feel like I carry like 46 EVs into special attack or something like that. But, you know, this Whimsicott's got both its defenses in the 200s, but his Trick Room wears off again, and I switch out here, not wanting to, you know, take it under Leech, or not wanting to take a Stun Spore or anything. But actually, what did he go for? No, he goes for sub on this turn. But, you know, this Whimsicott's just trolling me to no end right now. And he goes for the Stun Spore. I dodge it, which is great. Go for the Drain Punch, and that breaks his sub. This is actually a bulky Gallade. It's it's close to max HP, max special defense of bulk up. And here I make a kind of stupid play too, but it wasn't really stupid. I just went for Shadow Sneak, and you know, completely forgetting that Whimsicott's faster than me. I use Shadow Sneak. So, and of course, since he's got priority on those moves, he goes first anyway. So down go. I finally take down that Whimsicott, which is great. And out comes the Pokemon I've been really fearing the entire game, being this Gliscor. And here he really uses a extremely questionable move. He uses Venoshock. And you know, I get you want to use it with Drapion, but using it on Gliscor isn't worth it at all. Get rid of that move. I don't know what you're thinking of that, but that Ice Punch does not kill, which I didn't really expect it to, just because I don't have attack investment, and you know, Gliscor is a bulky physical wall. So, but here he goes for the Thunder Bang. I was expecting maybe to carry a flying move. I pretty much left Gallade in his Death Fodder at this point, but I can't kill him this turn because I get Parahexed yet again. So that's 7 Parahexes, but I think that's the last. But it's just, you know, this was insanity. I was so annoyed of the Parahex in this game. I just could not believe the amount of hacks. I mean, how many times you get Parahex in that, you know, span of time? But luckily, you know, the Thunder thing, I don't get flinched and or anything of the sort. Don't get Parahex a second time. So finish him off with another Ice Punch, and down goes that Gliscor, which is great. I think he's down to now 2 Pokemon, and I'm down to 3 at this point, I believe. I'm down to my Glade, my Typhlosion, and my Lantern. But out comes Crawdaunt, and, you know, I'm expecting maybe to try to set up, so I stay in, but he just goes straight for the Night Slash. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe I can live it, but wait, oops, he's got adaptability, so that's going to kill me rather easily. No problem at all, but, you know, Glade did work, so I'm proud of it. But going to Lantern here, knowing it could take at least 1 hit, but Lantern turns out to be faster anyway, and just goes for the T-Bolt. And with Crawdaunt's abysmal special defense, that will take out Crawdaunt from this range, which is huge. So, that's a huge, huge, huge threat gone, and he's now down to his last Pokemon, which is, you know, I did not expect to be still standing after all that hacks. But, out comes his final Pokemon, which is his Caracosta, which, in all reality, even if it has Shell Smash, I'm not really scared of it, because I know my Typhlosion, which is Scarf, can outspeed and finish it off with a Hidden Power Grass. But, you know, I'm expecting maybe my Thunderbolt can kill from this range. But unfortunately, it does not kill. Leaves him with, you know, a solid amount of HP. But here, you know, he takes the opportunity to Shell Smash. But, you know, at this point, I'm pretty sure I have the game in the bag, just because I'm very confident. You know, his you know, he can't outspeed my Typhlosion, because Avagora, that's a Japanese name. That's why I'm getting confused. But Caracosta has abysmal speed. It's only base 32. So even if, you know, with max investment, it's not going to be outspeeding much, especially stuff that's scarfed. But here he goes for the +2 Stone Edge, and my only guess is he does not have much attack investment, because that Stone Edge does not kill my Lantern, which is amazing. I'm able to finish off that Caracosta with T-Bolt. Guys, that will be the game. What a crazy game this was. I mean, oh my god, the amount of para-hacks and all that fun stuff, but Lantern comes in and just, you know, does work. So I'm really liking this RU team. It'll probably be my standard RU team for a while. But I really hope you guys enjoyed, and, you know, even though my house didn't put in much work this game, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. So rate, comment, sub, and we'll talk to you later, guys.